Mine came from? Clayton would know it. Is Clayton here? Live at the Apollo Volume 2? You guys don't know. Sorry. Today, we wrap it up. Really just more on the positive side. We had a very, very good offseason to point, and really fired up about everything that's going on. And I'm concerned about the 6 weeks coming up, and that the guys do a really good job taking care of themselves and coming back stronger and faster. They're in good shape right now. Man, we'd be ready to go into camp, and we'd be in good shape. But this is a concern. I think all the coaches probably are concerned around the league that, what happens during these 6 weeks. But our guys are going to compete to do a good job and take care of it, and with really good leadership, they'll pull that off. So we'll come back and let it rip. A lot of opportunity, a lot of competitive spots here, and which is exactly how we like it. You can tell the players feel it. Like I think I've said that a couple times to you guys, that you can sense it from them. So we did learn a lot too. I feel like we got a lot of information from our guys. I think really the coordinators did a good job of putting guys in situations so we could see them and get a feel. So it's not like we got to start all over again in camp and figure out who's who. I think we can pick up from where we left off and see if we can progress some guys and create some roles and give some guys some opportunities to contribute in their unique ways. So we'll see how that goes.
Overall, what stood out the most about these off-season workouts?
I think that was the consistency and the attitude that was throughout. It was really, the effort was excellent and upbeat, positive, supportive, accepting of one another, learning new guys. The older guys made it really comfortable for the new guys to fit in, which is just facilitates the process, and I think we saw the benefit of that. That's why we're kind of we feel like we have a good sense for guys now. We've come quite a ways in the short time that we have. So, but I think it's the overall energy really that stands out the most.
From what you've seen, how has Shaquille handled jumping across the left side?
No problem. Nothing. There's nothing. It hasn't been an issue at all.
Is there a key for these 6 weeks? I mean, is it balance, family, stay in shape? I mean, is it?
There's a big key. The key is to stay consistent through your workouts and don't rest too long. They don't need a vacation right now. They need a little break from the push that we've been in right here. But like our guys, shared with our other guys, a few days and let's get back at it. And it's too important that we stay on task. They've worked so hard to get where they are. You don't want to have to go back down conditioning-wise and then work it back up. They've just invested too much at this point. So finding a consistent regimen and having a good plan and sticking with it and being smart about it.
So we saw a lot of the kicking today. How has that, Sebastian and Justin or Jason?
Well, it's going to be real competitive. Seabass missed a couple days, just getting through the coming back, and in that it gave him some it gave Jay a chance to get some extra kicks in there, so that was good for him. But when they're out here battling, they're in it, and the punters too. Now they're battling every session that we go. It's been competitive. We've been keeping score and keeping track of everything, so we have really good info to figure it out in time. We don't have to hurry to make these decisions at all. We're blessed to have a real experience at both spots, and so we'll see how the young guys do and see if they can make a run at it.
What have you been able to see out of Shaquille in the time you've had him here?
What was really, I just talked to him just coming off the field. What was really positive was how he finished up the off season. Moving back into inside spot, for him was new, and he had a lot to learn, a lot to pick up, and I think just in the process of it, in a guy that wants to do really right and do things, like just as the coaches are coaching him up, we didn't see him really cut loose until the last. Really in this camp, he really felt comfortable and started flying around, and you could see how fast he is and the acceleration that he has. It's really unique. It just jumped off the film. I think we will see it again in today's practice, but the first 2 days were a change, which was really positive. Because I didn't want to see him be stoved up too long where he couldn't get comfortable and so he could start moving and flying, and he did it. Same thing happened with Mingo too. Both those guys showed that after being here a while, they need to get comfortable, and all of a sudden you start to see that the burst and the speed that they bring that's been part of their makeup.
How have you seen the group of draft picks? What have you seen from them? Have you seen anybody jump off the field to you so far?
Well, there's nothing but solid stuff here. Rashad really was impressive throughout. He's picked up a ton of stuff. Chad was just talking about the pass protection stuff that he looks so comfortable with here after the time he's been here. That was something that was new for him and a demanding part of the game. we don't have any hesitation. He's going to be fine in that area. He's a really good route runner and a good catcher. Very smooth, has excellent feet. Stayed in great shape throughout all of the time we had him. He reported well into shape, and didn't have to go back and forth and dip. He came in about 230, and kind of maintained that weight throughout. And then Rashim has been impressive. Just moving right through the guys. It's been a good group so far, and we're off and running with them. Will Disley. Really what we wanted to see in him. We saw everything we could see. He needs to be in pads because he's a line of scrimmage guy that can help us. He's weight 270 something, playing tight end. We wanted to get big and strong there, and he was the guy we hoped to get. We got him, and he looks the part. So, so you go right through the class. It's what it feels like. And we talked about Shaquem. Michael Dixon did a nice job too, kicking the ball. He's up. He's going to be in the competition of it. So. I'm just fired up about the whole group.
Tyler spoke before you here. Just how much excitement from where he was last year to this point.
Yeah, it's real positive, really positive. For if you guys have watched him, and he's just such a wonderful kid on your team, and just been a spirit about him. In his first year, about wanting to compete and do extra stuff, and always at it. And then last year he couldn't do that. He just couldn't. He wasn't able to. He was rehabbing and just barely getting on the practice field for the most part. And now he's back, freed up, and ready to go again. And so you see all that great spirit and the energy that he generates. It's wonderful to see because he's such a great kid. And he's really excited about getting back and digging in on returns and stuff and all that, as well as the receiver stuff. He and Russ really have a great understanding too, and he knows what we're doing, and also he's a real positive part of our team.
It's been made this offseason of guys who aren't here anymore, but for the veterans who are here, leaders, Bobby, KJ, Russell, Doug, whoever, how is it different this year for them, and how are they handling that?
Those guys, and you have to include Dwayne in that too. Dwayne has just stepped into a role of, he's just kind of an automatic guy that has charisma and a way about him that the guys listen to him. I mean, he's remarkably obvious. They haven't skipped a beat at all. Those guys have been the voices. They've been the leaders. They've been part of this leadership group for years, and so nothing changed. Other than maybe they're just more apparent. And their strength is more apparent. You guys listened to KJ yesterday. I mean, what more could you ask from a guy than his mentality, his approach to the game, and how he's trying to work to get better, and all that that he stands for. I mean, that just is so valuable to a team, and he's one of the the guys that have. A number of guys, the guys you mentioned, and other guys as well, that really are giving us something special. And plus, we're seeing the emergence too. Jaron Reed, he's coming alive, and he's going to be a factor. You can see it. Bradley McDougall as well. You guys, again, you heard from him. I think today, he's a remarkable kid. So leadership is not an issue, not one bit.
Justin Brett said that Solari sort of reintroduced the line to their old identity. How does that look to you?
Yeah, well, we're a little different, and I'm not going to talk a lot about that, but you'll see as we go. But we're a little different, and it's called for Mike, has his background, and his background he's brought to these guys, and he's a heck of a salesman. He's got them turned already into the stuff that we're doing, and how he speaks in his language, and technically how we're doing it, and it's changed the dynamic somewhat. There's a different variety of stuff that we're doing, and the guys are really excited about it. So. Without going in any deeper, but there already is a relationship, and there's already a sense, and they already have their sights set on what they want to do and how they want to do it, and I think Justin and as well as Dwayne have given us really solid leadership, and kind of voice and all that. So, we just got to get really good and work really hard, and as well as there's going to be competition too. There's going to be guys battling for spots, so that's all we could ask for in this group. We're coming back feeling more experienced than we've been, and with really solid leadership, and it's competitive. And as soon as George gets back, we're going to be healthy too. So, and we really didn't get to see a full load from Odiamo. Reese is going to be competitively involved with everything that goes as soon as he's free to practice on a full go basis. He's practicing half the stuff right now, and he's looked really good. So, I mean, it's just it's a really positive air about them, and I'm really fired up about it.
Brandon Marshall, where is he at physically rehab-wise?
We're just making sure that we don't have a setback on a hamstring that's recovering. We talked about it today. That, he's got a solid 6 weeks. He'll be well. It's going to be. We need to do a really good job of making sure as we introduce him back into our tempo and speed and all that we don't overdo it early in the excitement to see what he can do and all. He brings a real savvy and experience, and that we're anxious to see how it fits. It's going to be another guy into the competition that brings some uniqueness to us. Very big statured kid, different than some of the other guys. He's like Tanner, so we'll see how that fits.
Does Willie Beavers kind of factor into the offensive line?
Willie's done really well. Yeah, he's done really well. He's playing guard and tackle. He hasn't missed a beat. He's taken a ton of reps. I know Mike feels confident, and BC, those guys, they're confident that he can factor in. So that he's part of that competitiveness, and guys trying to make that 7 and 8 spot, and if not more. And he's done a nice job.
What are you still wondering about entering camp? Things you're still curious to see?
Well, we have to make the this overall transition into the whole thing about the rules. We got some rule situations that really brings a different dimension to camp. It's not, like I've said, it's not so different for us in style and all that, but we still have to make it, and we have to hear from the officiating crews and where they are and how they're going to gauge stuff, and we're all kind of learning together. I'm particularly excited about this this new phase because we have kind of believed in the approach and all, but we still have to learn a lot and we still have to adapt, and so I think that's an unknown for everybody until we get back at it.
At this point, from a health standpoint, is there anybody you think will be ready for the start of camp for you, or you think you're going to be pretty well ready to go?
Well, from all the guys that are here that we know of, we project that everybody will be starting camp with us. Maybe on different levels of activity, but we think everybody's going to be back and ready to go. It looks like that. Mo Alexander's an interesting kid for us to see. We haven't seen anything from him yet on the field, so that'll be one of the guys. And of course, George is a big deal too to see how he get back out there. Brandon will be important. So, but it looks like everybody should have a chance to be healthy. We're counting on that, and then we may be limited as we enter the activity level for those guys.
Like Deion Jordan.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Deion. Yes, Deion's on schedule for that as well. If there's somebody else.
What's Alexander been dealing with?
He's got a shoulder. Yeah, he had surgery, and he's just doing the normal rehab for it. Everything's going great, but he's gonna be an interesting part to the puzzle here when he gets back.
You haven't heard anything more from Burrell the last couple of days?
No, we've been kind of mired in camp. Haven't heard a thing yet.
Do you expect to do any talking on that front before camp? Or is that just table time?
Our guys are working. Yeah, we're at work. So that they're busy.
Still waiting on camp?
Yeah, we're still waiting. Sorry, we don't have any update for you.
Bradley yesterday kind of talked about some of the bigger names in the team not here anymore. Guys well enough to become household names in their own right. Do you get a sense of that from some of the other guys?
No, I don't know that I haven't heard anybody say I'm looking forward to becoming a household name, but it makes sense. There's opportunity. That's really part of it. It's not just like the position for am I going to be the first team guy, but it's opportunity to have an impact and to have a place on the team that's notable and that we're counting on, and those roles are somewhat there to be filled, and we'll see how that goes. Like I said, the leadership is in great shape, but there's just opportunities for guys, and it could be Amara, it could be David, those guys with their really chance coming back for their first really good look at this thing. We're from a competitive approach, and there's guys across the board, so it's going to be exciting.
What have you seen from Tom Johnson and Shamar Stephan since they've kind of joined you?
Let me say Shamar first. Shamar has made an impression about his work ethic, even though he's not on the field. His way he studies, the way he communicates, the way he's helped younger guys learn and grow, and he's in on everything. He has not, distanced himself at all, even though he hasn't been able to get on the field. So he's made really good first impressions. Tom has been right in the middle of everything, and I wish we would have found him years ago. He is a great competitor. He's got a tough mentality. He cares tremendously. He's a great worker. I mean, he's exactly the kind of guy that we like having on the team. So, you guys might not realize this, but guys and girls, but Tom and Shamar played a lot of football last year on a really good defense, on a really good defensive line with a good, good package of stuff that they do, and we just kind of got those guys to come over here, and so I'm very confident in what those guys are bringing. I mean, I studied the heck out of it. I've seen everything that they've done last couple of years, and I know what we're getting, and this worked out really very well for us, and I'm thrilled about those guys. And of course, we haven't seen Shamar, but Shamar's going to be big and play big, like we like those guys inside, and he'll, if everything comes back as we expect, he'll have a big role for us. So it's really good. It's great for our depth.
Shamar doing? Why is he?
He's coming back from knee injury from last year. So he had surgery.
Ben's got a book coming out. Just your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, I'm real proud of the whole process, watching him go through it and putting it all together. And it seems like it's taken forever to finally get released, but yeah, it's a good work. It's a good piece of work, and good story, good lessons. A really good story about somebody sticking in there, hanging in there tough, and overcoming odds and all of that, and believing in himself and the power of that. And it's a good story. He's been right in the middle of so much in the last, I don't know, whatever it is, 15 years or something like that. He's been right in the middle of everything, and he's been a tremendous asset to me. To see him have a chance to tell his story and all, I'm really, really fired up for him.
What do you see out of Marcus Johnson so far?
Marcus has been really impressive. He's really fast. He's probably he and Tyler are probably the two fastest guys we have. But you can see he's real fast, and he weighs 210 pounds or something too. So he's a unique athlete. He's been really impressive in drills and all of that. And so we just he hasn't done a lot of playing, and so we have to just get him on the field and see what he can do in camp and see where it fits. Special teams guys are really excited about him too, because he's strong and fast and all that, and he's really a dedicated learner and worker and all that. So yeah, he's just one of the stories from camp. It's going to be fun to see.
What do you see from Alex?
Well, Alex has come a long way. We threw him in. I don't know if you noticed, from the reps, but we gave him a lot of turns to see where he could take it, and he's got a good arm. He runs well. He's studying. He's learning. Doesn't seem too big for him at this level of competition. We're not into the playing games yet and all that. We'll have to wait and see. We're not even into camp yet, but he's done a nice job with it so far, and warranted, giving him extra shots. So we know a lot about Austin. Austin has done a beautiful job for us in the role that we've asked him to fill. We needed to see where, how far we could take Alex, and he threw a lot of great balls, made a lot of plays, made some real bonehead plays too, and you can see that he's got stuff he's got to figure out. But when he knows what's going on, and he's got good sense for what the plays are and where people are going, he's been pretty assertive and been he did a nice job.
With your punter and kickers, do you split game time, or how are you going to evaluate that?
I don't know that yet. Yeah, we'll figure that out. I don't want to go back and forth with them. We'll let them play the games for the most part, maybe in halves like that. But we'll determine that in time. But we'd like to see them get a really good equal shot to show what they can do.
The punter's usually been the holder, right? How does that factor in?
Yeah, that's a good observation. That's an issue. It's an issue. First one this year. It's a concern, and Michael has not done a lot of it. But he's a very good athlete. He's got good hands and all that. But that's just part of this job, and John's great at it, and so he has a real leg up on him in that regard.
Assuming you don't expect to have Malik training camp.
I don't have any information for you. Let me answer that again. You said you assume that we won't have him in camp. I don't have any information for you. That's my answer.
Anything else?
That's a smooth way to end it, isn't it? Thanks, you guys. Have a good summer.
Thanks.